I think that what's going to happen over the next couple days is, the rumors of all this, like, confessions and videotapes and stuff, I don't know if that's going to happen. But I do know the law's going to have to play into place at some time because, social media and digital media and print media, they're all infiltrated with, foreign money and shit. And they're all, they don't really do their jobs anymore because nobody's there to hold them accountable. And so the ones that are reporting that there's no fraud are breaking the law, essentially. And so are the congressmen and women that are not, in their own states that are not doing the right thing. So ultimately, the law, I think, is going to come down and take place where, okay, we see people breaking major laws, the FBI and other federal agencies and the military are going to come in and say, okay, we watched you break the law, and we know, where your money's coming from and everything. So, how can it happen any other way? I saw it. Everybody I know saw it. They broke the law. But I think it's a lot deeper than that. And so, it could get really bad. And, people got to forget, Mike Pence, I was thinking, I don't know if all that stuff that Lynn Wood said about him is true. But what I think it might be part of a diversion or something. That's to try to get people against Mike Pence for some, because, whatever. And then Pence goes in, and he actually follows the law and does what he's supposed to do because the lady that presented the fraud did not have it signed by a representative, by a senator. And I kind of think they did that intentionally. Told her don't get a senator to sign it, or her senator wouldn't sign it. I'm not sure what state she came from. I saw that video clip. And I was just thinking to myself, well, take out all the media and shit, the way the government's really supposed to work based on, paperwork and evidence and shit like that, that they don't do that anymore. And so, Mike Pence he did what he was supposed to do. Now, I don't know ultimately how to read that. You could say, I could be wrong about that, and he actually could be a traitor, like Lynn Wood said. But I don't know. Something about that's fishy. Because Mike Pence has always been fishy to me, too. He just seems too perfect. And, and I thought, well, that was the reason why Trump picked him. Maybe he is. Maybe he's one of those people that's fake perfect and, is really a bad person behind the scenes. There's a lot of people like that everywhere. And so, anyways, the whole thing with the DC military is just freaks. It's not freaks me out, but it's a tip-off thing. It's come on now. Nobody from the MAGA side is going to Washington. I can tell you that right now because, I would have went, of course, if there was, if I didn't believe that Trump was not going to continue to be the president, if I didn't believe that he legally won the election, there would probably it would be a lot different. I'm 100% sure about that. I know a lot of people that it would be a lot different for at this point right now. But we're all Joe Biden's never going to be president, so it's not going to, And so we're on the edge of our seat, anxiously waiting to fucking find out, what is going to happen. Is all this stuff that we've been hearing for years actually going to happen? Any of it? Nothing? No declassification of fucking, or, you know, nobody's getting arrested? That's when people like me are going to be like, whoa, wait a minute. Okay, so we sat back and watched all this fucking happen, and now, you know, so there's nothing happening from people like me, and most people are like me, and so I think any thoughts of people going to DC and these other capitals around the country, it's going to be the other side. There's a couple, you know, there's going to be some scragglers or whatever, but it's going to be from the other side, and they're going to be they're going to look like people from they're going to look like Trump supporters. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they just show up straight up black and fucking helmets like they normally do. But I just think that's what's going to happen. Or, you know, all these conspiracy theory things that are gonna go down like we've been hearing about, because they're legal and they don't have to be in the public fucking eye on Twitter or in the newspaper. And a lot of this stuff is done behind the scenes without anybody fucking knowing about it. Like, and it has to be that way in order for it to go through. But, you know, and I just think, like, maybe the whole Q thing, I don't know if I believe in that. I never have. Like, I like the information. I think it, like, because it does provide a lot of great information. Do I believe that the timeline and all that shit? I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't pay attention to it enough to know. But it does make me believe that that thing right there kept people who would fucking go nuts on a stolen election at bay until it was over with. Right? That's what I think. I think that it was either just complete bullshit nonsense, disinformation. There's a cop that just drove by. But I think it could have been something to fucking keep people at bay and let it go down. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of things are deception, man. Like, war is deception. It's like one of the things in the Art of War. And if you read that book, just listen to the audiobook. I'd listen to the audiobook. I didn't fucking read it. It was, you know, better. But war is deception. And you think about, like, you're watching crimes happen on television, and it just goes down, and they sign off on it, and you're just like, fuck, what? Are you kidding me? They just fucking did this and that, and they just rub it right in your fucking face, and they couldn't care less. I just think that it's all come down to this, and you gotta let them actually carry out the act in order to fucking carry out everything else. Or you just wait till they're all fucking getting ready to take power, and then you throw down, you know? And I'm not for political arrests and things like that. Like, I thought, even though I know I've seen what Hillary Clinton's done and some other people, I didn't think it was a good look if Trump just immediately went after Hillary Clinton as soon as it started. It just would look bad. It would look like he was an authoritarian fucking president. And so I'm glad that he didn't. You know, I don't care. It makes no difference to me ultimately at the end of the day. She can fucking live out her life and whatever the fuck she wants to do, as long as she stays away from me. But I do think that if you can throw the evidence up on TV and actually make the newspapers fucking print what the fuck is actually going on, I think that you could very well convince the public to see what's happening, to see what's happened to their country and to their money. You know, just think about all the money and all the fucking, you know, all the yellow ribbons on trees. It was all just like, what are we even doing this for? Like, fuck, man, who gives a fuck if some dictator 7,000 miles away is doing something? It's none of our fucking business, to be honest with you. You know, we talk about humanity and all this crap. Like, fucking, say you need a fucking $100 and walk down the street and see if somebody give you something. You know, why you give $100 to the fucking dickhead? You know, 10,000 miles away, no problems, and okay, you're just okay with it, and that's just not what it's about. And I think at the end of the day, all this nonsense and the noise and all the fucking, you know, whatever. I think people are going to sit down and they're going to say, you know what, fuck this. Like, we as Americans have fucking been getting ripped off and having to listen to people fucking tell us that we're, you know, this and we're that, and apologize around the world for who the fuck we are. That's not who we are. We're the baddest motherfuckers on earth. And you know what? Just look at the fucking Olympics. It'll fucking tell you that right off the fucking bat. People that are allowed to live the way they want to, the best rise to the top. And you know, and the good people drag the ones along. And or they, you know, it's just the way it is. You know, the best athletes in China probably ain't fucking doing gymnastics, is the thing. You know, the best athletes in fucking Russia, they might be, I don't know, but it's just not, you know, it hasn't been going the way that it's supposed to, and I think it's about to fucking change, and it's just going to be legally, like, it's literally going to happen, and you know, a bunch of fucking crazy shit's gonna happen that you're unused to, but it's just gonna be, whoa, you know? I don't know, that's just my thought.